Gamergate. Gamergators, Gamergatrixes, shitlords, and shitladies. It's the hamster in the man suit, and it hasn't been 4 months this time. What the fuck's going on? And not quite stone sober, but not drunk. What the fuck could have caused this? Nothing. Just felt like doing another video. I just watched the last video I did for Gamergate. I don't remember most of it, to be perfectly honest. I also don't remember really uploading it or writing the description. So, if you found it offensive or troubling, that's not what we're here to talk about. Let's talk about the SPJ. Koretsky on Twitter. Journo Terrorist is his blog. He threw his hat in the ring to step up and do the airplay thing for us. Well, with us. This is our chance to go legit. Don't know what the fuck that means, but whatever. And then he puts out that a man in black was talking to him over email or private messenger or something, and he says you guys are bad guys because you doxed Sarah Butts, and you have been harassing her, and no one deserves that. And then he says, well, either you decry harassment and stand with Sarah Butts, or this isn't going to happen. Now, he has since recanted that. He has since said that was really arrogant of me, and I'm sorry, just be patient with me as I figure out what the fuck's going on. And I appreciate that. But everyone who's come in from journalists has made that exact same demand. And each time it's met with the same goddamn response from you fucking goddamn gibbering monkeys. Half of you scream, no, it's about SJWs, half of you scream, no, we need ethics, and then you fucking fling poo at each other for a couple days, and then you start posting memes again. Grow the fuck up. Everyone in Gamergate, grow the fuck up. We expect it of our enemies, let's expect it of ourselves. If you want to fling memes, I don't give a shit. But when someone comes and goes, hey, decry harassment, just go, we have been. Fuck, send him over to Margaret Gell. Fuck, send him the archive links of us finding the person who was harassing Nita Sarkeesian. Let's get on, instead of going, yeah, we need to do what he says, or else, he's going to take this away from us. And let's be honest here. Let's be brutally fuck honest. What's going to be different after the airplay? The Game Journal site's going to go, oh shit, gamers aren't dead. Fuck no. Are they going to, oh my god, Gamergate's not harassment. Fuck no. Is CNN going to offer a fucking a withdrawal of that statement? Fuck no. Are they going to keep interviewing Brianna Wu and trying to give her is she going to keep just screaming harassment, and people are going to eat it up like goddamn fucking corn-fed bullshit? Of course they are. We are the bad guys to them, and we always will be. And if you won't resign to that, if you won't accept that, then you aren't ready for what comes next. Because we're winning. We've won in game journalism. Like, I think NeoGAF might be the only one left that doesn't have a fucking ethics policy, and that's just because they're too busy fucking harboring pedophiles in their fucking all-ages forum. Let's talk about what comes next. Destructoid has adopted Kickstarter disclosure policies. They've all adopted some kind of disclosure policies. What comes next? What comes next is deep freeze and contribution to it. We can't stop just because we've won. That's the problem. That's why we're the bad guys. We now have to be their watchdogs. The media, our media, is going to need us to step in and police them. Not tone, not content, connections. I don't give a shit. I don't give two horse fucks if Movie Bob wants to put out a video talking about the glorious Messiah Anita Sarkeesian and how he's her fucking Galahad, I don't give two goddamn horse shits. But when there's pictures of them hanging out as friends, when there's fucking money passing between hands, if there is, that's when I give a shit. When my journalists on Movie Bob, journalist, if he's a journalist, there's a gold-plated blowjob machine in my lap. But you know what I mean, though, is even op-ed pieces, if they're bought and sold, if they're bought and paid for, motherfucker, disclose it. If you're getting money from a group or person to do this article, to do this thing, if you are doing an article about a person because you're friends with them, or you are friends with them and you're doing an article, if you're doing an article about a game, but you're friends with the developer, fucking disclose it, because we will catch them. We've caught them every fucking time. I don't give a shit if they ever admit that Game Journal Pros was fucking collusion. I don't argue with people about that kind of shit anymore because it doesn't do anything. The people who can see it, see it. People who can't, don't. And the only people I discuss it with are the people who don't fucking see it. Not the people who won't, people who haven't. The people who just come in like, I hear you guys are terrorists. Here's why we're not. Oh. And that's what he did. He kind of stepped in and just went, hey, I hear you guys are terrorists. You better step up and decry that. We have been for 9 months. We have jumped through this hoop for every motherfucker who stepped in and claimed to be fucking helping us, for them to sit around on their impotent dicks doing fuck all. I'm tired of it. I'm done with it. Because what's going to happen with the SPJ AirPlay? Not a goddamn thing. We're not going to legit. We're just talking to someone on a fucking stream that's going to be fucking ignored by the people who need to hear it. That's all it's going to do. That's going to give us another thing to point to and go, it's going to get another group for anti-Gamergate to harass and to Trump push to our side because they'll be attacking them the entire time. That's it. That's all it does. So it is meaningless. Focus on the journalists, focus on the ethics. And now, when you find something unethical being done, archive it and shoot it to Koretsky. Every time, every goddamn time you see a game journalist doing something unethical, or any journalist doing something unethical, shoot to his ass. Post a link to it in his, on his column with Gamergate on his Journo Terrorist blog. Don't be rude, don't be mean, be as polite and friendly as you possibly fucking can. Make sure he sees this is the shit we're talking about. Because he's apparently too goddamn lazy to look through the fucking threads. To ask us, what do you mean? Can you give me some examples? So we'll just wait for August. I have a job, I get that. But I don't have to be patient with you if I don't trust you. Because I'd rather not sit around and be patient for you while you're giving out hand jobs to the people who've been calling us fucking monsters. You know, people who've been spreading doxes about people in Gamergate, like a man in black. You know, I wonder if anyone archived him that. I seem to remember it happening, but what the fuck do I know? I'm just a fucking terrorist. But let's move on. Because we got or else I'm just going to get more and more pissed, and I wasn't pissed when I started this. Let's talk about something a bit broader, something not really related directly to Gamergate, but what we always get accused of, so it is. There was a thread on The Escapist talking about white males and why there's so many white males, and is that a bad thing, is it a good thing? It's neither. Write the character you want to write, is my philosophy on it. Write the character you think is important to the story. If it's important that this character be black to you, then the character's fucking black. I don't give a shit what you are, I don't give a shit what anything else is, the character's fucking black. Now, if you're going to write a character who's Hindu, I'd like you to do some reading on Hindu, but, you know, if the character's going to be Muslim, fucking know a little bit about Muslim. Write to an extent what you know, but you can branch out and, you know, there's enough fucking information out there. But they were talking about the white male character being the stock. Why? Well, guy had done an article on the Steve of games, and that's just his term for white male protagonist, fit white male protagonist, and that's because for him it's easy mode. For him, it's the sign that that's the easiest way to do it. It's not. It's no harder. It's no harder to write a believable black transgender woman. All you have to do is put yourself in their shoes. Now, it's harder for me to do it because I have no transgender inclinations, so I'd have to do a lot of research on it. But I actually my writing classes actually said I have a better female voice in my writing than a male voice. I have better. I craft a stronger female character than I craft male characters. It's all in the voice you create the character. It's all you do when you write is you write a voice. Animation, all you do is you're voicing a character. You're giving this character a voice and a life, and that's it. It's no harder to do a white character than it is to do a black character, than it is to do a female character, than it is to do a gay character. It really isn't any harder. So why are all these characters white males? Well, there's a blog. I'm going to see if I can find the link, but I'm probably not going to be able to. But the blog is a Tumblr blog. I know. But it's the Spectacular Spider Girl is the Tumblr. So .tumblr.com. She has a wonderful breakdown. She's a Gamergate supporter, but she has a wonderful breakdown on why white male protagonist. And I'm not. She's much more eloquent than I'm going to be, because I'm just going to put it as simple as possible. Because you can fuck a white guy up. A white guy can be abused, a white guy can be threatened, a white guy can be shot, he can be dragged behind a car, he can be insulted, he can be punched, he can be called names, he can be called racial slurs, anything you want. And no one's going to get offended. That's what's keeping diversity out of games. Now, yeah, AAA games, a lot of it's market research, and that's stupid shit. You know, like the guy from Bioshock Infinite said, I think it was Bioshock Infinite, but it's like, well, we market tested fraternity houses to see what the best box art would be. What a shock. It's a male action hero on the cover. Because you fucking market tested fraternities. It's like market testing The Exorcist at a fucking church. What are they going to pick as the best cover? What? Market test is supposed to be a variety of people, jackass. But that's why it's easy mode. It's because the risk of the public outcry against a poorly done character who's not white male is much greater than the outcry against another milquetoast white male character. If you are someone who wants more transgender women, people of color, whatever, in video games, then, well, one, pick up RPG Maker, go get Twine, go get Novel, the fucking free visual novel thing, and write up your own little short game and fucking put it out there. But if you want more in AAA games, then we need to shut down this offense machine. And that's where the fight for ethics comes in for me. If they can't be posting articles from their ideology and from their Patreon supporters, then they have to post it from what they know. And that's harder to do when you're just trying to scream offense so you can get your next clickbait article. It's dumb. It's stupid. And then, when they come out with a game with a female character or character of color, and you want that kind of thing, kind of got to support it. Either buy the game, click the site, hit the site a lot of times, whatever. But you do kind of have to support it if you want more of it. That's it. That's all you really have to do is get people to stop screaming every time a character is done poorly, while they figure out how to do a character well. White characters are done poorly all the goddamn time, but white people are allowed to have flaws because white people are considered inherently, white men are considered inherently flawed. So let's change that. I don't give a shit if you want to consider me inherently flawed. Don't give a fuck. but everyone's inherently flawed. Ellen Ripley isn't a strong female character because she is absolutely pinnacle of not being able to be stopped. She's a great character because she feels human. Everyone on that ship felt human. That's why that was a good story. People complain about Bella because aside from the author insert, she doesn't feel human. She just feels like a cardboard cutout there for the story to interact with. That's the problem with that character. So let's encourage the creators we want to make better stories that we like. And to do that, we either make our own stories and show them that they can sell and they can be spread around, or we quit bitching. That's it. Love to hear your thoughts. Love to hear from you. If you want to put in the comments, say anything you want to me down there. As I said before, I will respond or I won't. Things I think need to be response, I respond to if I think about it. But I'm not a person who spends a lot of time checking social media and things like that, except for in fits and flurries. Same name as the channel on Twitter, so if you want to follow me there, go ahead and talk to me there. I don't give a shit if you follow me or not. Go ahead and talk to me. If you follow me and your account's not clearly a fucking bot, I follow back because I don't give a shit. If you go completely fucking ass hard, I will stop following you, but I have yet to block someone, so feel free to challenge that idea too. If you'd like to insult me in the comments, feel free. And if you're gonna hit that thumbs down button, I got no problem with that. But leave a comment in the below explaining why, because I'd kind of like to know. I was just looking over my my analytics, and I'm like, that one has 6 downvotes. No complaints in the comments. So feel free, go ahead and complain in the comments. Just say, hey, I think you're a shithead. That's fine too. I don't give a fuck. I'd like to know why. Anyway, have fun, enjoy, go play some goddamn games, go make some goddamn games, go do something horrible.